Later in the evening, we responded to a hit-and-run accident in the area of Paisanos and Spies. The vehicle that was affected, a Range Rover driven by a Mitzi Ramon, was following the vehicle that struck her vehicle and left. And with the assistance of her telling us where they were, officers from the PD and the Sheriff's Office went into the area of Las Quintas Fronterizas, where they found the vehicle entering a cul-de-sac that had no way out, and at least five individuals bailing out from the vehicle, as according to what we heard from the witnesses. Our officers were able to arrest two individuals for fleeing from the scene of an accident, and they were identified as Christopher Corpos and Juan Gilberto Escalante. Officers of the Sheriff's Office found another individual, and at the time of his arrest in that area, he was identified as Alejandro Francisco Benavides. Mr. Benavides had a bullet wound injury on his right shoulder, and he had and was complaining of some leg injuries. Mr. Benavides, because of his injuries, was transported to the Maverick County Hospital. Mr. Corpos and Mr. Escalante were brought down here to the police department for interviewing. And as we speak, our officers are converging in an area under surveillance of another individual that we think was also involved in this incident. And his name will be released once we're able to confirm if he actually was involved. But we have two questions here: the hit and run, and also how did Mr. Benavides sustain a bullet injury on his right shoulder. A little history on Mr. Benavides is that about 6 months ago, our office executed a search warrant on an area in La Herradura, where we recovered somewhere around 26 to 28 assault-type rifles with ammunition, and also a large quantity of marijuana. That apartment was occupied by Mr. Benavides. He fled the area and turned himself in several days. Prior to this, Mr. Benavides also has been a focus of the law enforcement community here in our community. As a juvenile, he was involved in a traffic accident where a lady lost her life, and Mr. Benavides, fled into Mexico, and thereby turning himself in later and serving several years in our state penitentiary. So obviously we're dealing with some people here involved in organized crime and in gang activity, trafficking of firearms and trafficking of illegals and trafficking in narcotics. So we have a very good case going on, and as we develop information on this, we'll let the public know.